Hello guys, welcome back. Now we are into the last step of the data exploration and data preparation workflow. So this step basically belongs to the data preparation step, as within this step we generally create the variable on the basis of the existing variables, and these newly created variable is being used within the predictive model for their training purpose. So guys, in this session we are going to learn about variable creation, what actually it is, why we create variables, and we will also look into the example how do we create a variables. So let's jump into the Jupyter notebook where we are doing the lab. So guys, let's start our discussion with what actually the variable creation is. So guys, to understand the variable creation, we must have to understand what will happen once we finish our data exploration as well as data preparation. What will happen next? So to understand that, let's jump into a diagram what will happen next. So guys, once we collected the information and then we have performed the descriptive analysis and we have identified all those variables, which is very useful for next step, that is the predictive analytics, where we will design some system with the help of some of the modeling technique. It might be the stat modeling, it might be the probabilistic model, it might be the machine learning models, and with the help of these models we can design the system that will perform two tasks. Either it will perform the regression task or it will perform classification task. In our project example which we are doing, that is for regression task, where we are in a process to design a system which will forecast the sale price of a house. So in that aspect we are now learning to analyze the existing data and existing variable or say existing feature with the help of exploratory data analysis, as well as we are also learning the technique to create new variables, and those variable is being used within the predictive model so that it will forecast the accurate sell price of a house. So guys, to build the robust system, sometime we require to create variables that doesn't exist within the problem domain, but somewhere within the given variable it is giving those information which will help us to design a robust predictive model that will help us to do the prediction very accurately. So here we got the definition of variable creation. So variable creation is a process to create new features or say to create new variables for predictive models so that predictive model can forecast the future state of the problem domain more accurately. Now with the help of this definition, we also get the answer for why do we need variable creation. It is because we want to design a robust predictive model that will forecast our future state of the problem domain more accurately. Now let's jump into the Jupyter notebook and we will do some example to understand how to create new feature or say new variables. So guys, in our problem domain we are having many variables, so let's look into that. So it is in the form of columns. So let's write it, and here I will tell to list. Shift enter, then you will get that we are getting all the variables or say or features in a list. So guys, these features are deciding factor of the sale price of a house, and there are certain features. If you will look into that, then you will find that there are certain features like pool area, pool QC is also deciding factor in the price. If some house is having pool area, so that means that house is having high price. So here we can design a new variable that will check whether our house is having pool area or not. Same way, if our house is having garage area, that means the price of the house is also high. So we can also check that whether our house is having garage or not. So this feature we can also create, or say this variable we can also create has garage. We can also check for other variable where we have a scope to create new variables with it. So over here you will see that we are having second floor. So suppose if our house is having second floor, so the price of the house is also very high if it contains second floor. So we can create another variable has second floor, and that will contain 1 or 0. If it contains second floor, that means the value should be 1, and if it contains 0, so that means the value should be 0, or it is representing true and false. So now we have analyzed our variable. So let's create new variable with the help of information which we have gathered. So over here I am going to tell data frame I want to create new variable. I will call it as has pool, and over here I will specify df, and from which column I want to create. I want to create through the pool area, and over here I am going to apply a lambda function that will perform the check whether our house is having pool area or not. So I will tell lambda x to 1 if x is greater than 0, else 0. Now copy this line of code and paste it 3 times as we have decided upon to create 3 variables. One is for garage, so I am going to tell that as garage, and it is based on garage area. So if you will remember over here, we are having a garage area. Copy this one and paste it over here, and the lambda function is going to remain same. Another variable, I want to check that whether it contains second floor or not. Copy this one, come over here and write as second floor, and over here we will specify control V, and remaining thing is going to be the same. Now let's run it, shift enter. So it has returned some warning, but let's look into the columns, and if you will look into the column which is being created, we need to write the name of these column, has pool, and over here I'm going to select this column. I will specify has pool, select the another one, has garage, so that we will check that what it contains, what values it contains, and over here the second floor, and specify over here to shift enter, and you will find that it has created 3 new columns with this name, and that contains 0 and 1. That is representing whether the house contains pool or not, or garage or not, or whether the house is having second floor or not. So this will also be used as a deciding factor of sale price, and that will be used by predictive model. And how it is being used, we will discuss in another course, that is predictive analysis. When we discuss about the predictive analysis, on that time we will discuss about how predictive model is being trained on the basis of these variables, and this is what I wanted to demonstrate you in this session. So on this note, I am stopping over here. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, take care.